What's good guys, welcome back to another video where today we'll be speaking about the Game Week 18 Premier League matches and predicting them as well as we usually do, and I don't want to waste your time. Let's get straight into it. Now we have Crystal Palace versus Brighton. Palace haven't been too bad this season. They had a good game versus City. They drew 2-2 against the champions, and a pen was awarded late into the match. Crystal Palace scored it, so that got them 1 point, which is a positive. And Brighton have been struggling on the other side. I don't know what's going on with them right now, but they lost to Arsenal 2-0 last game. None of their star players are turning up, which is a bit of a problem, and De Zerbi needs to switch something up in my opinion. But I see Brighton winning this game 2-1. And we have Aston Villa versus Sheffield United. Now Aston Villa have been very good recently, currently are in the top 3. That is very impressive, and they are possibly title contenders because they are very close to the top. I believe 1 or 2 points off. And Sheffield, they're doing not too bad, as they have Chris Wilder back as their coach or manager, whatever you want to call him, and he managed to get them a win. That win was a 1-0 win against Brentford, but the result for this game, I see it being a 3-0 win for Aston Villa. And we have Manchester City versus Brentford. City have been struggling recently, managed to draw actually against Crystal Palace, and Haaland has been out with a injury, I believe, for the past 2 or 3 weeks, so they've been kind of struggling, which is a problem. And Brentford have been doing not too good. They have lost their last 3 games. Ben Mee is out for the next game, as he got a red card against Aston Villa in the previous match. And my prediction is going to be a 3-2 win for Manchester City. We have West Ham versus Manchester United. Should be a pretty good game, could be interesting as well. The West Ham have been in decent form, managed a 3-0 win versus Wolves on Sunday, and just Bowen is such a unreal player. He's been doing so good for the club. He did get thrashed 5-0 by Fulham 2 weeks ago, but onto Man United, they haven't been doing too bad recently. Maguire has been pretty good for the past few games. He got injured in the last game. They drew 0-0 versus Liverpool, and I'm sorry, but that was probably one of the most boring games I've watched. But I see West Ham winning this game with a surprise 2-1 win. Well, the next game we have is Tottenham versus Everton. It would be such a good game, this one. Spurs haven't been the best, although they are back to their winning ways. Beat Forest their last game 2-0, and Bissouma will be out versus Everton, a red card in their last match. And onto Everton. Everton have been in some great form, surprising myself and many others, out of the relegation zone as well, which is another positive, and playing probably the best football I've seen them play in the past few years, which is crazy. Now I see Everton actually winning this game 2-1. Now we have Nottingham Forest versus Bournemouth. It should be a very interesting game. Forest have been doing not too good. They actually sacked Steve Cooper, I believe, last night. Nuno Santos will most likely be replacing Steve Cooper in the next game or in the next few days. Let's see how that goes for him. He's going to be back in the Premier League, so we'll see how he does. And Bournemouth have been doing great. Solanke has been really playing well, showing the striker that he is. They've been really putting in some great performances, Bournemouth, and Billing is on form as well. I see this game ending 3-1 to Bournemouth. We have Fulham versus Burnley. Fulham have been pretty good, although they did lose 3-0 to Newcastle. In that game, Jimenez received a red card and he jumped into a player just hitting his head, which was a pretty dangerous thing, and they will play well, in my opinion, in this game, Fulham. And Burnley, on the other hand, they have been doing pretty well. I would say James Stratford is probably their best player at the moment, and getting some pretty good saves recently. And although Burnley did lose to Everton in their last game and they struggled quite a bit, so I see Fulham winning this game 2-0. And we move on to Luton Town versus Newcastle. Luton Town have impressed us all, playing some pretty good football. They just can't manage to get those results, but surely they could stay up while playing this well. And Newcastle, on the other hand, are doing not too bad. Managed to get a 3-0 win versus Fulham in the last game, which is a pretty good result, and hopefully they could continue their form. And my prediction is going to be a 3-2 win for Newcastle. And we have Liverpool versus Arsenal. This is going to be a huge game. Biggest game this weekend. First versus second place. Liverpool have been great. They did play awful versus Man United though, where they drew 0-0, and Sabalasai, he had a stinker in that game. He wasn't playing well at all. On the other hand, Arsenal are playing very well, currently sit at the top of the table. So this is a huge game for both teams, and Gabriel and Saliba have been so good defensively. I would say probably one of the best center-back partnerships in the Premier League right now. And I see Arsenal winning this game 2-1. And the last and final game is Wolves versus Chelsea. The last game of the day, Wolves have been in not too bad form recently. Lost 3-0 to West Ham in their last game. Bang Hee-chan has been pretty good for them. He's been scoring a majority of goals for them. Underrated as well for sure. And Chelsea, on the other hand, they have been getting better with their build-up, but that attacking third still needs improving. They need goals, and somehow maybe they will find a way. But Palmer is the star player for them at the moment, and my prediction is going to be a 1-1 draw between those two. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below your predictions, and don't forget to subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.